Coco bone strong. Coco bone strong. All about money. So sweet like some honey. Tasting my chocolate chip cookie. I need an ass for no rookie. Yeah. Coco bone strong. Coco bone strong. All about money. So sweet like some honey. Tasting my chocolate chip cookie. Hey you guys, what's going on? It's your girl Taj, aka Coco Bone, coming at you guys with a review of Bad Boys Texas episode 4. I'm sorry that I missed out on the last 3 episodes. Not only that I was busy, but the editing takes a lot of time. It truly do. But you know what? I'm about to just start running straight through these reviews because I have other shows that I'm interested in doing reviews on. And I don't feel it's necessary to just keep, going verbatim on each scene. Some scenes I'm just going to skip because it wasn't even really that important. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into this review. So in the first scene, that's when we are picking up from a morning of Orlando Brown, Ara Banga, and Dorelli having breakfast, basically recapping about the night before at the strip club. Orlando Brown is saying how he don't want to dibble and dabble and dirty pussy that stinks after the morning, which I thought was very funny. But anyway, as they're talking about the strip club, Ara Banga is letting the both of them know that he wants to get his lick back. Okay, he wants to get his lick back from Big Lou because everybody was telling him that he got beat up 4 times, but I personally feel like they was trolling him. In my opinion, Big Lou had got 2 rounds and I feel like Ira got 2 rounds. So I feel like it was a tie between the both of them. You feel what I'm saying? But however, Dorelli is trying to tell Ira to calm down. And Ira is imitating him, telling him he's not going to calm down. He wants to get his lick back. So anyway, that was pretty much the end for that scene. So in the next scene, that's when we see Razby that's been smoking cigarettes all of his life from B2K. Is outside on the balcony with JB and Carrie on. And they're just recapping about the night before at the strip club. Nobody really cares, so let's move on. In the next scene, that's when we have Jonathan coming into Ara Banga's room with a gift for him because Ara really thought that he was going to have to fight his big ass over the room. But however, Jonathan is giving a compliment. And what a compliment is when you compliment somebody but diss them at the same time. He's like, oh, I got a gift for you because your clothes was looking thrifty last night. But here go like this leather jacket and this, nice pants. Because you was looking like who did it and why. It's like, Jonathan. But you know what? One thing I will respect about Ara was ready to fight Jonathan. He didn't care if he was going to win or lose. He definitely was ready, to be up for the challenge. So shout out to you, Ara. Because honestly, in my opinion, everybody in that motherfucking house, including Dorelli's tall ass, is scared of fucking Jonathan, okay? Jonathan can put his leg up in the air, one leg, and say, put my slipper on my foot. Every single one of them will scramble to get that slipper and put that shit on Jonathan's foot just so they won't receive the chocolate haymakers that be coming from his ass, okay? But anyway, Ira is also telling Jonathan he want to get his lick back. When it comes to Big Lou, Jonathan agrees, and that's it for this scene. So in the next scene, that's when Razby has been smoking cigarettes all of his life. And Orlando Brown is outside, basically talking about how they're gonna, proceed on to the next new event or the next hosting for the club for that night. And also, Jonathan and Dorelli decides to join the conversation. You could tell these scenes be heavily produced. But anyway, that's when Dorelli and Jonathan decided to switch the topic to Ira wanting to get his lick back. Okay, he want to get his lick back from Big Lou because everyone keeps telling him that he lost 4 times. And Jonathan can understand, and because Jonathan understands, they're going to let it happen because once again, they are not trying to see the chocolate transformer with the haymakers coming their way. So yeah, that's pretty much the end for that scene. in the next scene, that's when it picks up of Big Lou going off on producers and Ira because Big Lou does not want to fight Ira anymore. So in the midst of this whole entire scene of, Big Lou screaming and, Ira is calmly wanting his revenge / his lick back, okay? That's when Prince decides to hop into the scenario, and he basically tells Ira how he was throwing his ass on to Big Lou, but now he wants to fight, which is extremely weird, and he needs to let it go because Big Lou had came in with the Mortal Kombat with the toasty on Ira's ass. Also, he had hit the A button on his ass, okay? Pause. I don't know why you are worried about Ira throwing it back on to Big Lou. I thought you was straight, Prince. But anyway, Ira honestly do like Prince, but he really wasn't trying to hear that shit. So in the midst of this scene, that's when everybody decides to go into the game room to have this fight go down. And in the midst of this scene, Dorelli is telling Ira that, look, if he doesn't want to fight you, talking about Big Lou, then Ira, you need to not want to fight him because at this point it's getting thrifty, tired, and all of that. And Ira says in his confessional that Dorelli always want to put his long granddaddy neck all in the damn business. And honestly, I'm normally on Dorelli's side because he be making a lot of great points and he be having a lot of common sense. But in this one particular scene between Ira versus Big Lou, he tremendously failed. I just felt like Dorelli was doing too much. I felt like he was looking for another moment. He was looking for another scene for himself. And, I'm kind of glad that Ira is checking his ass too. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I am getting my lick back. I'm getting my revenge. Fuck you. Not fuck you like my audience, I'm just saying that's what he was saying about Dorelli. I had to clarify that. So anyway, you guys, Prince is like, well, here, put the boxing gloves on. And Ira like, nigga, I just want to use my bare hands. So they decide to use their bare hands. So they finally go at it for the 5th round. And honey, when I say Ira got his lick back, Ira got that lick back, okay? He came through with the one-hitter quitter. Well, I ain't gonna say one-hitter quitter, but he definitely was throwing those things. So in the midst of this scene, I'm getting fucking irked, and I'm feeling like everybody's picking a side, and that's obviously Big Lou, fucking long neck, turtleneck, short heaven head ass, okay? Like, why the fuck is everybody ganging up on Ira talking about something, oh, okay, well, you wanted to fight. Well, Dorelli was saying, oh, well, you wanted to fight, so it's going to be now 2nd round. But y'all all kept telling him, like, okay, this is the last round and that's it. Now, because he beat up y'all favorite in the house so far, which is Big Lou, oh, he got to get a 2nd round. Like, get the fuck? None of them is making no sense. The only one that's honestly, in my opinion, that is on Ira's side is Jonathan, the big bad wolf, and Prince, surprisingly. So in the midst of this scene, I ain't gonna lie, Jonathan cracked me the fuck up when he came out with his arms open, backing up everybody, backing up security, talking about some whoosh. I'm fucking dead. But yes, like, so, okay, they finally decided, like, yo, let them go ahead and get a 2nd round. And I do respect Prince for telling everybody, look, y'all ganging up on one person, which is Ira, that's corny. So he kindly tried to let Ira know, like, listen, bro, just go ahead and do this 2nd round. You already did your big one in the 1st round. Knock him out for the 2nd time. And if you want to put the gloves on, put the gloves on. So anyway, they decided to go with 2nd round. In the midst of this scene, that's when Ira and Big Lou decide to go at it. And honestly, that 2nd round was fucking, well, 6th round at this point. That 6th round was fucking weak. You know what I'm saying? It looked like if security didn't hop in it, Ira would have had grabbed him by the legs, slammed that nigga on the back of his fucking dreads, and start welling on his ass. But they ended the fight. And Ira was over there looking like Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z with that perm sticking up looking crazy. In the midst of this scene, Dorelli was getting on my last fucking nerve. He was not making any type of sense. Like I said, normally I'm always on his side because he always make a lot of sense. But in this scene, it was just like, oh, well, you need to go home if you want to keep fighting. Nigga, he said he was done. He was done on the 5th round. You made him go a 6th round, and now you want him to go home because he beat up your favorite? Like, make it make sense, Dorelli. And this is where the flip-flopping cancer is starting to come out of his ass, okay? And don't get me wrong, 50% of you cancers, I love dearly. Y'all know who the fuck y'all are. And the other 50%, may God bless you, okay? I don't feel like being too mean, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. But yes, Dorelli is getting on my last motherfucking nerve because he's not making no sense. Honestly, again, I felt like he was just looking for attention. But because Jonathan, the big bad wolf, that can be the only one to fuck Dorelli up for real, he's agreeing with Ira getting his lick back. That's why Dorelli didn't want to get too hyped, because Jonathan would have stepped in for Ira, in my opinion. So that was just crazy. But Prince was nice enough to walk with Ira to the bag. He's telling Dorelli actually to be quiet, chill out, let everybody just calm down, and everybody just leave Ira alone. So shout out to Prince for that. So in the midst of this scene, that's when all the rest of the fellas besides Ira went into the back to go calm down, and all the rest of the fellas was trying to do like a vote to, you know, kick out Ira. And Jonathan, his vote was no. You know, Ira is staying, and he understood why he wanted to get his lick back, okay? And because he said that, you can see in the scene how Dorelli standing next to him was just quiet as fuck. He wasn't trying to get hyped with Jonathan, how he got hyped with Ira. But anyway, child, they started to get ready to pack to go out to the club that they're about to host at. And also they're getting ready to go to Austin, which is the day after the club. So that's pretty much the end for this scene. So in the next scene, that's when everybody is now on the Sprinter and they're heading towards the next club hosting. And as they're on their way, Prince decided to let Raz B know that he was embarrassing all of the cast members, including himself, by thinking it was the Millennial Tour, when he decided to get up on stage with the strippers and perform his singing, okay? And Raz B decided to come back and flex one time for the one time and let him know that he just got off of a tour of $28 million. Yes, you better flex one time for the one time, Raz B. Letting Prince jealous hating ass know, nigga, I just got through making that bread while you talking that shit. And furthermore, they need to be happy my ass was up there for free, because I don't even do that. And it definitely was giving that Prince was feeling some type of way, that he wished he had a successful music career, but he does not. I mean, he could be successful in other avenues. It's just music ain't one of them. But yeah, that was pretty funny. In the midst of this scene, that's when Chef D was trying to get Big Lou and Ira to basically, you know, hug it out, shake it out. Like, Big Lou decided to be the bigger person and tell Ira, look, you beat me up, I beat you up, we even at this point, let's just get over it and just be cordial or cool and get to the bag. And they decided to hug it out, which was actually a beautiful moment. And yeah, like, they're just turned up and can't wait to get to the club to host. So in the next scene, that's when they arrive at the club, you know what I mean? They getting they swerve on, you know what I mean? They doing it. They doing they 1-2. You feel me? Everybody turned up, having a good old time. Then in the next scene, Jonathan decided to race the security guard. Yeah, that was a little random. I don't understand why they included that scene. I ain't gonna lie though, I did thought it was fucking funny, but at the same time, it's like, why are y'all including this? Like, this is so fucking random. But anyway, after that, that's when all of them decided to go back to the house. And now here comes the next morning. In the next scene, that's when, you know, all the fellas are packing up their bags or getting the bags that's already packed from the night before. And they are moving on to Austin, okay? And yeah, now they're on the Sprinter, on their way to Austin. So in the midst of the scene with the guys on the Sprinter heading towards Austin, you know, the vibe is awkward and really off. And then that's when Orlando Brown crazy ass, I don't know what the fuck made Raz B think he could tell this crazy motherfucker anything in private and it's not gonna get brought back up. But Orlando Brown decides to air out Raz B in front of everybody and tell the whole cast, or in particularly Chef D and Prince, that, oh, y'all was supposed to rumble because that's what Raz B told me. So now Raz B is looking messy and Prince is talking about get to the meat potatoes, no fluff. This weird ass fucking slang. Like, I don't know. I felt like he just made that shit up to be lit or feel like, you know, oh, like they gonna copy what I'm saying. No, boo-boo. I don't think no one's gonna use this one. So anyway, okay, Chef D is like now like turning from this whole messy, you know, situation with Raz B into like the night of the strip club. He was getting upset saying that a lot of people, you know, was pulling out ones and people didn't pull out ones. Then he looked at Carry-On and said, well, you didn't pull out no ones. But then he also said that he seen Carry-On pulling out 100 of ones from out his bag. So Carry-On gets mad. He's like, bro, how you gonna say I ain't pull out no ones, but you see me pull out ones, 100 of ones out of my bag? That makes no fucking sense. Which I do agree with Carry-On on. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, which one is it? Did he pull out ones or he didn't pull out ones? So anyway, moving on, Chef D now is like getting up and he's basically saying that his issue with Raz B is that everybody paid for, I guess, an expensive bottle or just whatever the bill was. He said the bill was $600. Everybody had put towards the bill except for Raz B. And he's getting up and he's like being aggressive with his plate of food in his hand. And eventually he decides to smack the fuck out of Raz B with the plate of food along with his other hand, okay? And security comes to break it up, and that is the end of that scene. So I hope you guys had enjoyed this review. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, show your girl some love, help your girl get to 3,000 subs. Make sure to leave some suggestions down in the comment section down below, and please give me a big thumbs up, for it helps to push my videos further out into the algorithm. I'm out this bitch. Deuces.